Hi there, this video is to address what it is that you are submitting in your Math 071 class. Each unit you will submit 2 items as evidence of you completing material in the Math 071 class. Each week, I send you an announcement via an email that tells you what I've created and what is available to you in the weekly coursework folder. So the materials that are eligible to be submitted are found in Blackboard in your Math 071 class under coursework. Click on coursework. There is a lot of material here in this particular folder, okay? Where I would recommend that you focus your energy is in this link up here at the top, because this is where I have created what I refer to as weekly coursework links, and I have created relevant material to the coursework that we are covering in class that particular week. So I'm going to click on weekly coursework links, and in each of these folders you're going to find one of 2 things. You're going to find notes on material that would be relevant to the class, labs, as well as previews. Ideally, the previews would be completed before class as a means of getting a jump start on the material. But nevertheless, if it's not, then all 3 of those items are still eligible to be submitted. If it's in these folders, it's still eligible to be submitted. And technically, if it's in this whole coursework folder, anywhere in the coursework folder, it's eligible to be submitted. I just recommend that you focus up here at the top, because that sort of trims it down and gives you a direct focus for that particular week, so that it's closely aligned with what it is that you're studying in your Math 171 class. All right, so labs and previews and notes. Okay, so those are generally what you're going to see here in this particular section. So what it is then is that you are printing off the set of notes, the lab, or the preview. Okay, so for example, if I click on this particular week, at the very top, I had created a preview of increasing, decreasing, and relative extrema. So you'll notice here at the top you have the notes that go along with this video, and then a solution key that also go along with this video. If you just sit down and take that set of notes and just copy what I have in the solution key, you're not going to get very much out of this class, okay? Ideally, what would happen is that you would print off the blank set of notes, like so. You would print that off, and then you would watch the video, and in the video you'll hear me say, for example, okay, now pause the video and try example 2, because most likely I do example 1 with you in the video and say, okay, now you try example 2. So that's where the solution key that I posted in Blackboard comes into play. Then you would have this solution key pulled up, and then you could immediately check yourself and make sure that you are good to go. Okay, the solution key is there to check yourself, and whenever you get, if you have trouble with material, then that's when you reach out to me or go to the Learning Lab and seek out help. Okay. All right, so I'm going to minimize that. So you've got one of 2 ways then that you can submit this preview. For example, you can print it off using your printer and then fill it in your own handwriting, the answers to all of these items, okay? And then you would be ready to submit that preview as long as you have it completely filled in, okay? Another option is that you might have a lab, for example, that you would that you would want to submit. I'll go back to last week there. You'll see at the top here you have a lab. You print off, you can click on that lab, and I've already got it pulled up here. Here's the lab. One of 2 ways again. You can print this off and just work the problems here right underneath it, and then you would have that completely filled in and ready to submit. The answers are down here at the bottom as a means to check yourself, but if you just come up here and put the answers, I'm not going to give you any credit. I can't do these problems without showing work. You have to show work in order to get credit for doing these problems, okay? So anyway, be sure you do that. If you're going to submit this on your own notebook paper, then you need to, whatever you're submitting, whether you're submitting a lab or a preview, I need you at the top to give me this label so I know what it is that I'm looking at whenever I go to grade it. There's a lot of information throughout the course. I need to be able to say, okay, yes, that's the one that we're looking at. So lab math, you would just label it lab math 071, and then you don't have to write the directions. You could just say, okay, number 1, here's the problem, and then you work it out, number 2, and so on. Okay, and then likewise, when you get back here on the back, like number 13, 14, and 15, you don't need, if you're writing this on your own notebook paper, you don't need to write the problems out. By you having it labeled up here at the top, then I know, okay, I know, what number 13, 14, and 15 are. Okay, then once you've completed 2 items from your Math 071 coursework, then you are ready to submit, and that's where the graded assignments will come into play. You'll click on graded assignments. This is where you submit. If you need help submitting, then I'm going to draw your attention up here at the very top. It says this is the video of how to submit your assignments. And it talks about using a scanner or scanner app on your phone, or just taking pictures on your phone and submitting. Once you're ready to submit, though, you're going to click on Unit 1 Graded Assignments. You will submit your items separately. So like say I was submitting my preview in a lab, I'm going to submit the preview up here. I'll click on Browse My Computer, attach the file, and click Submit. Then when I'm ready to submit the lab, I'll click on Submission To. Come down here, browse my computer, attach the lab, and hit submit. Okay, so that is what you are submitting in your Math 071 class. Items that are here in your coursework folder. And like I said, again, I think to draw your attention and kind of simplify things and get you close to material that's relevant to what it is that we're covering in class, I would recommend focusing on that top link up there, your weekly coursework links. And then I have provided them in there individual links to materials, whether it, like I said, it is a set of notes, a preview, or a lab. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot. Bye.